Hello there everybody, sorry for being away for a while. I was in Stockholm this weekend, so it will be soon another travelogue from there, and with an update of what I found also. But right now, a video that was inspired by Adam87. He mentioned a while back that he was a hit chart nerd, or he loved hit chart when he was a kid. So was I, as you might have understood. I was a complete hit chart nerd that loved hit charts, and did also hit charts of my own. And I got an idea to actually show one of these. I had two different kind of hit charts, one between 1987 until around 1991, which was a hit chart of all kinds. This is just a few. Here I mixed songs from all over, from 1984 to the year that it was. Songs between there on the chart didn't have to be songs that were popular exactly that year. After 91 I created a chart called JorgenS Hit Chart, which was a chart that was only with songs that were popular at that time. It was a way to for me to compare my taste with those who was on, let's say, the tracks chart. That was the most popular radio chart back then in Swedish radio, and see how much it was a difference between it. And I had that chart between 91 till 2003. Then I quit doing hit charts. But I thought that why not show at least one of them? If there are any interest of showing more hit charts, let me know. But at least I can show one of them. I'm not sure if they're all that interested to show these charts that are totally mixed songs from different kind of years. But on the other hand, these JC charts are merely just 90 songs. So I don't know which, if there are any interest for seeing any one of these, let me know. But I also made year hit charts at New Year's Eve. Which song that was my favorite for songs that were my favorites during this year. I did a top 50 chart with the best songs of the year. I found a plastic bag with all these in the cellar, and I found a chart, the best chart, the 50 best songs from 1988. Normally 88 isn't my favorite 80s year, but why not? It's 80s still. And I thought I could show what the 20 best songs that I loved in 1988. This is the songs in the order that I rated, and the songs that I loved back then when I was 14 years old, not today. So this is what I liked back then, back in 1988. It's pretty interesting to see. There are many songs here that I stand with the fact that I, in some form, like every song on this chart. Then I can argue today whether or not some songs should have been all this high as top 20. There's a lot of songs also that I'm missing here that I today think is so great and that should have been in the one of these here among the best top 20. I'm going to come back to those later. show some example of how my taste have from the 1988 have developed today. But top 20 from 1988, made by JorgenS, 14 years old. So let's start with number 20. It's a song that the only song among these 20 that I don't have on in any form at all. It is a song that it isn't even on the compilation from this band, but I'm showing the compilation, so I can have shown anything. It is a song by Swedish group Imperiet, who in 1988 disbanded. So this was more or less their final single. It was a song that I heard on Swedish radio. There are both a more rockier version and a ballad version, and the one who ended up here, and the only one I've heard in 1988 was the ballad version. But I don't have any form of it. Imperiet with a song called I hennes sovrum, in her bedroom. So I'm showing the compilation with Imperiet, so I'll show anything. Number 20, Imperiet, I hennes sovrum. Number 19, a band that will return multiple times here during this video, Pet Shop Boys, this time with the song Heart. Fantastic song, I think, even to this stage. I might even think that it might have been a little too low on the chart. I might have put it a bit higher actually today. I really love this song, especially in this single mix, 7-inch mix. It is something a little bit different on the actually album. Number 18, Roxette, Dressed for Success. One of the songs that I think is a little bit high. I still think it's a good song, but it's a little overplayed. I don't think today that is Roxette's absolute best song. So I think that I'm not sure that I would put it on the 50 best charts today, even though I still think it's a good song. Number 17, one of the songs that many predicted would be the song of the year overall worldwide. It didn't become that big, but it became very big. The debut single of Enya, Orinoco Flow. Number 17, back in 1988. Orinoco Flow, Sail Away. Number 16, another song that I don't have on 7-inch, but I have it on the album. The album that I have as a cassette only, so I'm showing the cassette for once. It's not all that much Swedish music here, but there are some, and this is a Swedish group, Trans Dance, and their song Joy Toy, that was a pretty good hit this year, but today it is pretty forgotten. When you name Trans Dance today, you think of You're Gonna Get It or Don't Say Go, but Joy Toy was a very, very good song at number 16, and it is on the album Dancing in the Shadows. Number 15, also another artist that will return later up, German singer Sandra, with one of my absolute favorites, and was so also back then from one of my absolute favorite albums of all time, Into a Secret Land. Number 15, Secret Land, the second single from that album. Really relaxing and great 80s synth disco style, produced by Michael Cretu. Really love this song. Maybe I should have put it a bit higher today also. Number 14, one of the bigger songs this year. It took me a while to like this song. When it came out in end of the summer, I didn't think it was good at all. But at the end of the year, I have changed my mind pretty quickly. So I realized that this was actually a really good song. And I changed my mind so quickly that it became number 14 among the best songs of the year. Kim Wilde, You Came. From the great album Close, also another great album from the 80s, from 1988. Number 13. There are some songs here that many of you might think of as 1987, and many of the songs also, if you're looking at looking at the back, it says 1987, even though if the single was released in 1988 and it was on the album that came out in 1987. But there was also some singles that were released in 1987 that was a hit over to 1988 also. So those I have also I took the liberty back then to have them also at this year's year best also. One of those that many of you might think of as 1987, but also was a hit in 1988, was Tepau, China in Your Hand. A real classic that I'm sure that most of you already have heard. Another example at number 12, it came out in very late 1987 and was also a huge hit in 1988. Also a song that might have been a little bit higher than the 12th place that it is right now. Pet Shop Boys with Always on My Mind. Also a really classic. And back then I had never heard of either Willie Nelson or Elvis Presley version, so this was the first version I heard. I fell in love with it from the first time. Number 11, a girl that had this familiar, that I had the familiar feelings for as Kim Wilde. I wasn't all that fond of her when this single came, but when the year was over, I have become a huge fan of her, and that also included the songs that I have disliked before that. So at number 11, we have Kylie Minogue with Got to Be Certain. That is, I'm not wrong, her second single. Later down, we have as number 30 her debut single, I Should Be So Lucky. And we will return to Kylie Minogue a bit higher up without being spoiling too much. So number 11, Kylie Minogue, Got to Be Certain. Number 10, going into top 10, we have a band that whose album came out in 1987, but this song was released on single 1988, and actually it says 1988 here on the single. A band that I liked almost from the start with their soft and cool British pop, Johnny Hayes Jazz, and at number 10, Heart of Gold. One of the real great songs from 1988. I still think to this date. Number 9, we have an artist that also, as I have had a strange relationship to. I first liked her stuff from 1985. I liked Into the Groove. I liked Live to Tell. But then for some reason, after Live to Tell, I stopped enjoying Madonna. And not until this single was released, I realized that, hey, this is really good. So I loved this song, and I ran out and bought the True Blue album, even though this one is not from that one. And I realized that Madonna actually is really good. And the song that led me back to Madonna was The Look of Love from the Who's That Girl soundtrack. Number 9. A very forgotten Madonna single today, but in my opinion one of her absolute best. I really like this one. Number 8, an artist that also is on multiple places here at this top 50, but only one on the top 20, and that is George Michael. Bit lower, we have him on 4 different places here, Number 45, One More Try, a song that I today would not have on the top 50 because I think that is a pretty boring song. Even okay song. I say it's okay song, but definitely not my favorite. My best favorite song with them. Number 28, Monkey, a song that I would have a bit higher up, in my opinion. Kissing a Fool as number 25, and we have at number 8, Father Figure. Also a song that, in my opinion, will never die. Number 7, a band that I have mentioned before, Trance Dance, that was at number 16 with Joy Toy. At number 7, it is a song that didn't become other than a real minor hit here in Sweden. And it was a song from the album Dancing in the Shadows that I actually have the single to. So the title track Dancing in the Shadows, the song Dancing in the Shadows. Sadly forgotten song today. I really think this is a great song with Trance Dance. At number 7. Number 6, a band that I mentioned before, Pet Shop Boys. We also have see, you have them even further down. Doesn't seem like I have them any further down. No, I don't. But other than Heart at number 19 and Always in My Mind at number 12. And at number 6, Domino Dancing, that I really liked. It's fantastic produced, amazing produced, and really loved back then. I was a huge fan of this song, still am. And this single I bought, it's been with me for many years. I didn't buy it when the song came, but I bought it back in 1990 or 91. And the B-side of this song, Pet Shop Boys B-side, is always something to enjoy. And here's a song called Don Juan that I think is really good, so check that one also out. With that, we're entering top 5. Number 5, Roxette, with a song that I today also think deserves a place among the top 50. Whether or not it should be on the top 10 or top 20 is another story, but it's a great song. Roxette, Listen to Your Heart. Maybe a bit overplayed today, but still an amazing ballad. Number 4, the song that led me into enjoying Kim Wilde. A song that when it first came, I didn't enjoy that one either, but I saw it many times on MTV and Super Channel that we had back then, and I recorded it on. I remember recording 3 different kind of VHS cassettes with just musical videos from MTV and Super Channel and Sky Channel, and this one I recorded many times actually. Never Trust a Stranger, that I still think is a classic masterpiece by Kim Wilde. And we have as number medal positions now. Number 3 goes to Kylie Minogue and the song that let me into her music. And that is the song Je ne sais pas pourquoi, that I really thought was a cute and actually great song back then. I realized that this girl actually has something. She's a great musician. Great singer. Number 2, silver position. Another girl that I mentioned would return higher up. And it is Sandra again, and the first single from her Into a Secret Land album. A single that came out in the middle of summer and drowned very much in Joan Jett, I Hate Myself for Loving You, Dressed for Success, and Europe Superstitious, and all those songs that came out then. And it didn't become that big that it should have been. But it is such a fantastic, dreamy production, and I still to this day think is among her absolute best. Heaven Can Wait. And only one place left. and it is a natural one when you think of the circumstances. Number one goes to Swedish song that I was a huge fan of. We're talking about Swedish singer Mauro Scocco and the song that was number one hit on every year chart back then here in Sweden, Sara. And the reason why I loved it was, of course, that I was in love with a girl called Sara. So it was back then. I still think it's a great song. It's a very clever and great song. However, if I would put it at number one today, is another story. But back then, I thought this was a fantastic song, and it was not only because of the name Sara, but there was one big reason. So this was my favorite song back in 1988. Then we have, as I said, other songs that today should have been on the chart, but for some reason I didn't like, or that was forgotten back then. And I'm going to show some examples of what I would have put on this chart today in 2018, 30 years later. This song was a minor hit during the summer, still a very great one. Ice House, Electric Blue. Why wasn't that on the chart? Back then I wasn't a big fan of Debbie Gibson. It took me a year later until I discovered her great singing talent. But today I would definitely have Foolish Beat on the chart. For some reason, no level 42. I definitely would have put Heaven in My Hands, or Take a Look there. This one, I was a huge fan of Pet Shop Boys, and they have produced this one, so why not Eighth Wonder and I'm Not Scared on the chart is beyond me. We have no U2 here. Definitely today would have put up Desire or Angel of Harlem. One of my absolute favorite bands with one of my absolute favorite singers, one of the cutest singers, Bangles, In Your Room. I don't have it on 7-inch, but I have this on this album, everything. In Your Room could easily have been one of the best songs this year. And back then I wasn't all that fond of the house music, the British house music. Today I would definitely have put up S-Express with a theme from S-Express. A classic, I would have put up Crush with House Arrest, also classic. And back then I didn't like D-Mob's We Call It Acid. I don't have it as a single, but I have the album, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Acid, Acid. At that time I didn't like it one bit. Today I think it's a fantastic, great song. I would definitely have put it in here, in this chart. But I only had 20 places. So those were the songs that I liked, the 20 best songs that I liked the best back in 1988. It's fun to dig down and see what I did enjoy and what I would love today. I'm kind of person who don't, if I have started to like a song, I like it no matter what. I don't say that, oh, that sounds dated today. I'm not that kind of person. If I say I love a genre, if I love a song, I still love it. Then I can get tired of it and it's been overplayed a bit. That's another story, but I still think it's a good song. And it's fun to check out what I liked back then. So until next time, I hope that each and every one of you have a really nice time, no matter where you are, no matter what you do. Take care. See ya.